Where's your cousin?
Who's?
Didn't you stay with a cousin?
No,
Oh, I thought you didn't eat. Oh, that's interesting.
no, a cousin.
Have you got family on this at all?
Yeah, my daughter, Dolina.
Yeah, how's she going? Oh, you Delina's daughter.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
how? That's
yeah.
cool.
No, I'm Dolina's mother.
What's
They
that?
think that I'm a daughter, but I'm a mother. I must tell her that.
Holy shit, that's crazy. Okay. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, bro. How did it all
Good
go?
to be here, mate.
How did it all go?
It's been full on.
Yeah.
2 days, it's just full on. Still got 5 days to go, but loving every single moment of it.
You got 5
I
more
mean, yes,
days.
5 more days. It's just full on recruits training course, 7 days. So the weather up in Rotorua, mate, it's turned it on.
Wow.
Which is not always a good thing because when the heat's on and you're out there. But no, yeah. So I mean, the fasting's been good. You know, we're staying in the Holiday Inn for the week. Everything's paid for, and it's bloody hard, but good because they've got all our food.
Yeah, man.
So it's, you know, it's not a problem. It's just walking past the desserts. Keep walking. And I brought up, all my fats. So you know.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, no, winning.
That's good, man. Did you take some exogenous ketones with you?
No, I haven't, but I've got everything else. All the vitamins and which is getting us through. Especially when you need those, you know, the drink like dehydrated, like I'm just pissing out, pouring out with sweat all day long.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, those drinks are really helping.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome. We're rooting for you, man. We all got goosebumps with all the updates and stuff. So really, really cool, man. It's awesome. Is Stuart a fireman?
What's that?
Stuart on the, you know, the Stuart that's on this call is on your group. Is he a fireman already?
Oh, well, I'm not sure.
I think he might be actually, because he said it'll be a pleasure working alongside you.
Oh yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh shit, is he? He must be. I might have a chat with him.
Oh, big shout out to them because they work hard, mate. It's full on.
Yeah,
loving it.
Yeah, that's why we think that what you're doing is awesome, because we think the same, man. Totally. Yeah. So go hard, Tony. We're watching, bro. Keto all the way. And Anita, how's your week been? How's your week been with food?
Pretty good. It's actually been pretty good. I had an experience with going out to restaurant last night, and I ordered this food, and then yeah, what I saw on the menu, it was yep, that's all keto, fine, yep, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And I lifted up the lamb, and all underneath was about 8 potatoes, and I said, wow, this is. And I just left it there. And I said, no, I'm not eating that. So yeah, I've experienced that. If I do get off the track a bit, I don't feel good the next day. You know, and I don't want that feeling. I don't want to have that feeling going back to that again. So,
isn't that interesting, eh? So, would you say that your focus has changed from weight loss into just feeling better?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has. Yeah.
And this happens around this time too to a lot of my clients. That whole shift, the whole mindset of just losing weight. It's like, man, I don't care. I feel amazing.
Yeah, you do. You do. And the energy and everything is just like, wow, you know, and making the choices like these, you know, we've been brought up that don't waste your kai, you know, and it's like, okay, I give it to my husband here, you can have this. You know, so I refuse to eat it. Leave it, you know. I'll give it to the dog.
Yeah, that's it. It's good.
So
it's good.
I realised that how bad it is for you. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's so much carbs in there, you know.
Yeah.
So the trend mine of eating keto was right up there. Yeah. And exercises, we've had beautiful weather in Whangarei, so getting out there, yep, into the gardens and stuff. That's physical exercise, and yeah, doing walks and that. It's been good. Yeah.
And are you getting any food? Are you getting any food from your garden?
No, it's just all weeds.
You know that weed up in Whangarei, eh?
Yeah.
Crazy as. All right, thanks for
we
that.
live on the hill, so it's pretty hard.
Okay, that's all good. That's all good. At least you're out there, though.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to be talking about paleo today and coming off keto. Okay, so a lot of you guys will be asking, shit, what happens after this program? What do we do and how do we come off and all that sort of stuff. So let's go through that sort of stuff, guys. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so week 11, moving past the 12 weeks. So plan the next 12 weeks. So where to from here? What happens after this keto 12-week program? How do I maintain this? And what do I do once I reach my goal weight? Now, I want you guys to draw a line in the sand tonight. After this 12-week program, what are you going to do? Are you going to have 2 to 3 days off and then get back into it? Are you going to have a week off, maybe 2? The main thing is knowing when you're going to start again. So put that date down in your calendar. And by now, we just talked about this, actually, you should be able to see and feel the difference from when you are living keto and when you guys are not. And really be aware of your energy over these next 2 weeks as you are in ketosis. And if you do have a cheat meal, how that meal makes you feel. Okay, so now I have reached my goal weight. Now what? Okay, so I always get my clients to go at least 2 to 3 kgs below their goal weight before transferring onto paleo. So adding fruit and carbohydrates like rice and kumara is going to inflame your body a bit and make you retain a little bit of water. And this can have a negative effect on your mental health if you get to your goal weight, add in those carbohydrates, and then put on 1 to 3 kgs within a week. Okay, you're going to feel like you're going back to square one, okay, as your body inflames a bit. So I always tell my clients, try and get 2 to 3 kgs below before switching over. Now let's talk about paleo. Now, paleo is a diet based on the types of food presumed to have been eaten by early humans, consisting mainly of meat, fish, vegetables, and fruit, and excluding dairy and cereal products and also processed foods. Now, grains and wheat, they cause a kind of a funky response in our system. Grains are composed of carbohydrates, and these carbs are turned into glucose, which is a type of sugar in our system, to be used for energy and various other tasks to help our body function. Now, any glucose that isn't used as energy is stored as fat. Okay, this is really important information for us, okay, especially if we're going out on the piss. And like we used to do, we would drink a lot of those carbohydrates before going and having some takeaways and then falling face forward into our bed. Okay, now any glucose that isn't used as energy is stored as fat. Okay, and that's why when we put a lot of those weekends together, we can actually start to feel ourselves growing because we are. Okay, so many studies have shown that an incredible number of diseases and lifestyle issues can be reversed with these 3 simple changes: no grains, no sugar, and no processed foods. And this is what paleo is all about. Okay, so now paleo has different types. Okay, there's a whole range of different paleos. Now, there's normal or strict paleo. Now, this basic paleo eliminates dairy. So there's your first difference in it as far as the difference between paleo and keto. Also, no soy, no grains, and no processed and refined foods. With basic paleo, you eat meat, fish, eggs, fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Okay, now primal paleo is the one that I use and I get my clients to use as well when they come off. Okay, the primal diet is similar to normal paleo, but more flexible with the food list. Now, both normal paleo and strict paleo and primal, okay, they both include lots of vegetables, protein, and healthy fats, while eliminating gluten and artificial sweeteners. But some primal dieters eat raw dairy, white rice, and the occasional legumes. Okay, now this primal diet is something that I use when I'm chunking. Okay, so I'll do 12 weeks focusing on weight loss and fat loss. That is what my main concern is over 12 weeks, and that's what you guys have been focusing on, is just getting as much fat off you as possible. Okay, then I'll look at having a week off, or I'll just transfer straight onto paleo, okay, and I'll come off keto, and I'll use this to chunk to put some muscle size on me and to try and keep me lean. Okay, so my next 12 week, I focus on trying to put some size on. Okay, so I'll actually go to convert to paleo, that primal. Okay, and what I'll do is that before, I'll still be intermittent fasting. Everything's still the same. The only difference is before I go to the gym, I'll have some fruit, because the fruit is the fructose, which is a natural sugar. Okay, and if we haven't had a lot of fruit or sugars in our diets, as soon as we have that, it's going to be like nitrous. It's going to give me a whole lot of energy in order to do my workout. So while I'm going to the gym, I'm eating an apple. Okay, smashing that back is giving me all this fructose. I go to the gym, I smash it out, and then straight after the gym, I'll eat 800 grams or 700 grams of kumara, which is nearly a kg. Okay, and with my protein or whatever, but that's my carbohydrate. I'll either have rice or kumara straight after my train, and then I'm back to having keto. Okay, so I am utilizing the paleo foods around my workouts to fuel my workouts and to help me grow muscle mass and keep me lean, okay, while I'm doing it. All right, and so that I found was the best way to actually focus on getting the fat off, going keto, then going paleo for 12, okay, and just trying to put on as much muscle mass as possible while trying to stay within that fat range. I know that I'm going to inflame a bit, but I'm okay because I know that that's going to happen. And then after that 12 weeks of putting size on, I'll go back to keto again and chunk down. And that's basically what I end up doing. And that's what I end up doing in my weight loss, was to chunk and do it in stages, because us as humans, we like to know that there's a freaking end to whatever we're on, a program or whatever. As soon as we know that there's a definite end date, we're okay with it. We can just relax and just get on with the bloody job because we know the end is coming. So I found that chunking was the best way for me to focus for a certain amount of time, as much as possible, without worrying about it's going to carry on forever. Okay, and made me be able to chunk down and swap my training and grow and shrink, grow and shrink, grow and shrink, okay, in order to get the body that I was after. Okay, so chunking is something that you guys should definitely have a look at if you guys haven't reached your goal weight. So primal is one that I get my clients to do. I've got a couple of clients on autoimmune paleo or AIP. So if you're suffering from a chronic condition like IBS, Crohn's disease, eczema, or arthritis, you may find that entirely eliminating certain foods reduces inflammation. Now, with the autoimmune paleo diet or AIP, you get rid of certain foods that create an inflammatory response. So by eliminating one or more of the common inflammatory foods, such as nightshade vegetables, fruits, nuts, and eggs, okay, those on AIP may see an improvement in digestion or other symptoms as well. Now, there is 80-20 paleo, and there is also 80-20 sort of keto-ish as well. And with 80-20, you eat clean paleo foods around about 80 to 90% of the time, and then allow yourself to indulge in non-paleo foods around about 10 to 20% of the time. Of course, it's not best if you're someone that's trying to figure out your food allergies or needs to lose large amounts of weight, but it's really good for long-term maintenance. Now, with 80-20, you want to make sure that there's a reasonable approach to non-paleo foods and avoid serious binges. Of course, you can have a piece of cake on your birthday. No, you can't have a birthday party twice a week. Okay. So if we look at the paleo pyramid, okay, you'll notice that there is a whole lot more vegetables that we are allowed on a paleo diet. Okay, beetroot, more carrots. We can have kumara, even some organic potatoes as well, and rice if we are on that what is it? The other paleo, geez, what is it? Primal paleo. Okay, if you're on that primal paleo, you guys are allowed some kumara and rice in there as well. So lots and lots of vegetables. Now with the paleo diet, they are looking at the quality of your foods that you guys are consuming. Okay, so organic as much as possible. Okay, we are eating food from our groceries, from our supermarkets that has got no nutritional information in it at all. We're actually picking the fruit off the trees before they ripen, and we're actually picking the vegetables out of the dirt before they ripen as well. And so we can ship them for a long time. The problem is that it's the ripening process of the fruit and the vegetables. Okay, it is actually the nutrients going into them, okay, that is the ripening. Okay, the yellow that you see on a peach and the flavor, that's the nutrients. Okay, if you go in a supermarket now and you grab a peach and you bite into it, it's white in the middle and it tastes like water. It's because it's got no freaking nutrients in it anymore, because we're picking them out before the nutrients goes into our fruit and veg. So on a paleo diet, they're really looking at the quality of the food, so making sure that we're getting organic fruit and veg, and also that our meat is also free range as much as possible, and also the meat is grass fed, and lots more fruit in the paleo diet. I know you guys have been missing out on the fruit. Fijoa, let's just say that. Fijoa. That's a good word. Okay, so we're missing out on the fruit, so we can get some more fruits in our diet. We've still got cheeses and our fats that we're still allowed on the paleo diet, okay, but really looking at the quality of the food. Now, if you guys have an option, okay, I know it's a lot more expensive buying organic food, fruit and veg, or to grow your own. That's why I asked you before, Anita, if you actually were growing food. The quality that you get out of homegrown and about organic food is all about the nutrients and the taste and the flavor. You guys will be getting what you're meant to be getting from the food that you guys are buying. Okay, so in paleo, really looking at the quality. Now, how do I maintain all of this? Okay, for me, I found that no matter what, I needed to be consistent with both my exercises and my eating, even after losing the weight. Okay, really freaking important. Right, so no longer than 1 to 2 weeks off to help keep that momentum that we've built up over with our food and our exercise over this 12 weeks, okay? No more than 2 weeks. I'm serious about that, guys, okay? If you're going to have some time off, 2 weeks maximum, okay? I found that freaking after 2 weeks, I found it really hard to get back into the grind and get back onto what we're meant to be doing, the morning workouts and the food. That momentum had gone. And I was getting more into that old habits of, I don't really want to do this. I'm quite happy just relaxing and being, complacent. And before I know it, I'm starting to put weight on again, even though I've lost all this weight. So for me, I needed to be consistent and have that momentum still there. So I try not to have any time off that I can. But when I first started, I actually had a week off each of my 12-week programs. And it was a good thing. I used to pat myself on the back. I'd have a big meal with my friends and family, and I'd have a whole lot of alcohol, and I'll just get so wasted because I haven't drunk over 12 weeks, and this is something to celebrate me and I can accomplish something. And I did this probably for about, 4 of my 12-week programs. I'll just celebrate me and just have a week off or a couple of days off. But any time I went past that week off, it got harder and harder and harder to get back into it, okay? And I don't want that there for you guys, okay? And that's why I'm here, is to hopefully negotiate that sort of shit and get that out of the way, okay? So make sure that you guys know what you guys are doing after this program. Also, look at joining a gym to start a program with them, okay? That was something that a lot of my clients are doing. They're actually fitter now, and they're actually a lot less scared about going to the gym. Look at doing group fitness classes, okay? Work out with someone for the next 12 weeks is something you can look at as well, be it a personal trainer or a friend or family member. If they are going to the gym more often than not, that's going to force you to get there as well. Play a group sport now that you've lost all the weight and are fitter. I've got a lot of my old clients doing sports that they used to do, that they love to do. And it's a great way of continuing your fitness journey and making your weight loss a lot more fun. And we just talked about chunking. Okay, if you haven't reached your goal weight, it's okay. Just chunk it down. And do another program. And honestly, guys, I really don't care if it's my program or someone else's program, as long as you guys are doing something and you guys are continuing on, moving forward, and getting fitter and getting to your goal and wherever it is. Make sure that you guys do something else, okay? What else have we got? I do have an Evolve program after this one here. It's quite interesting, though. A lot of you guys are currently nearly there as far as what we do for the Evolve 12. No dairy, okay? So no dairy for people that are coming on again. And the reason being is that we're not actually meant to be eating dairy, and it's actually inflammatory as well. So we're actually retaining a lot of water without even knowing it, okay? As you guys have found out on just doing keto with dairy, it's all fine, but you guys are still inflamed a little bit, okay? So removing dairy is going to help out a lot, and it's also going to help out with a lot of congestion, mucus block up, and mucus build up I actually snore when I'm eating dairy. And when I stop having dairy, at least a month later, I will stop snoring as everything starts to clear up. Okay, my sinuses become unblocked. As you can probably hear, I've had some dairy lately. Yeah, but there is so we take out the dairy. Also, the amount of time goes down that we do intermittent fasting. Usually one meal and maybe a snack is basically what we're looking at. Very highly nutritionally dense, just like I've been trying to preach to you guys. Lots and lots of greens. And so a 4-hour eating window is what we're looking at. It's a little bit more intense. And we're also reducing the amount of fats that we put onto our meals as well. Okay, so this is sort of next level. Instead of bulking up on the fat, that's really good for the first 12 weeks. But now we can actually start to reduce it and knock it back a bit so that our body starts to break down more of us. Okay, and to basically get us more into that. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about because you guys have been doing this fasting for a long time now, okay? Where you've fasted all day, you've gone through that 12 and 1 o'clock where you're hungry, but you know you shouldn't eat, so you have a hot drink or a cold drink, and you get past that, and it's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and there's a little sort of going on here. You can feel it just getting hungry, starting to clench up a bit, okay? And that's good. That's what we're wanting, and we get more and more of that as we go through into this 4-hour eating window. And it's okay. It's really okay to actually be a little bit hungry. And you guys are finding out that when we do start to eat, that food tastes amazing. Seriously. But the food that you guys are cooking now, because it's so fresh and so natural, it tastes so good too, and we can feel our body actually using what we're putting in too, which is quite interesting. So for you guys this week, I just want you guys to keep on doing what you guys are doing. We've got 1 more week to go. So I just want you guys to think about what it is that you guys are going to do after this 12-week program. Make sure that you lock something in order to keep this momentum going, keep you guys feeling good in a ketogenic state, or whatever it is you guys want to do. Okay. Any questions at all about paleo or anything?
Pretty scary with the changeover.
Yeah.
After doing keto and getting keto sus and the fasting, because now I get a bit worried when I eat. I think, oh shit, I could have pushed out another 2 hours, because it feels so good.
I'm the same.
Beforehand, it's like, oh, I could have gone, but I guess it's awesome knowing to change it up, because then it's going to shock the body again, eh?
Yeah, man.
And that chunking will shock it. So do a chunk for 12 weeks, go paleo, and then just we can still intermittent fast.
Yeah, definitely. Like what I would do, I'd actually do 5 weeks of strength training, and I'll swap over to doing that. So I'll do paleo for that. And my exercises would change quite a bit, but my eating would go paleo. And then when I was trying to put on weight, go to hypertrophy training, so my training would change again. It'll still be the same. It'll still be paleo. So definitely that chunking doesn't matter if it's strength training or just trying to put on muscle mass. Paleo works a lot better than just keto alone. I found anyway. But there is a bit of a psychological sort of shit that goes with that too, though, Tani, because you will feel bloated. You won't feel like we do on keto. I love being keto. I love being in ketosis, the energy levels, the way that I feel. And I found that when I'm bulking, I actually get a little bit depressed because I start going backwards. My weight starts coming up. I can see it around my face. I can see the carbohydrates. My face is a lot more rounder than it is when I'm keto. Okay, all that bloatedness is gone. So psychologically, it can have an effect on you if you have been morbidly obese before, and you feel like you're going back into that sort of state again. But
because I guess that's one thing I'm pretty well. I used to be worried about. You talked about one day you wake up in a coma of chips and biscuits and Tim Tams. I mean, I had that last week. And it just took one lapse.
Yeah, man.
And then I woke up and like two packets of Tim Tams.
Yeah,
and I'm like thinking, oh, the whole thing's over. Let's just have a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah.
Add some more crayfish, and then before you knew it, I was like, "Oh, let's get out of here. I just want to get back into normal." You know, so
That's
I
good.
guess it was good practice.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to be strange having less fat,
Yeah.
but you know, that's I want to give it a go.
That's cool, man. It's quite interesting. Like the fat that we get is predominantly from the meat that we actually choose. You know, so those burgers, you know, making sure that we get the fattier, minced in order to make our burgers and stuff like that, and just trying not to add too much fat to the whole thing. We'll get that drawing as well. But yeah, whatever you want to do, Tony, and Andrew, whatever you guys want.
Cool.
Adrian, does it harm to stay on keto for a little bit longer? You know, if you're not happy at your weight where you are now?
No, not at all. Like I'm keto probably about 95% of the year. You know, and I'm this way because I just love the way I feel. It feels. You know, like there is no negative effects as long as we drink our water and we make sure we get our greens. And that's like there's a lot of negative stuff that are in the media at the moment, and it's just because people are doing it wrong. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But you can be keto for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
So
see.
I enjoy the food and the way I feel at this time. And I thought, well, I'm probably like Tony that I'm fighting to go off it because for the fact that I don't want to feel like that again.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm the same as well. And that's why I'm keto. It's just for the feeling and the energy levels. And I actually have some exogenous ketones just for, you know, like if I'm feeling a bit flat, I'm not here to do the weight loss yet. You know, I start next week for my weight loss. But if I'm just maintaining, you know, I've got those exogenous ketones. I'm feeling fat. I'll have them. You know, I know it's not going to affect my weight loss or anything, but I'm just there for the hype. You know, how I feel. Yeah, yeah, totally understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Just buy the T-shirt. Yeah, sorry.
just one more thing. So it's good to celebrate with a few beers after the end of 12 weeks.
Yeah, man. I highly recommend it. I really do, man. I really do.
It's going to be messy.
It's okay. No, it's cool. It is. You've actually done 12 weeks of hardcore weight loss. You know, and you guys have done so freaking well. It's unbelievable. You know, you guys have lost so much weight that, you know, having a day off, a night off to celebrate that is a good thing.
Yeah, got to do that.
What's that?
We've got to do that.
Yeah, hell yes. Hell yes. So, yeah, I definitely recommend, you know, having a day off or night off or whatever and just enjoying yourself and just celebrating you for what the hell you did because it is hardcore. You know, swapping over and spending 12 weeks focusing on this.
Yeah.
You guys have done freaking exceptional. So, yeah, Tani, if I can make it, I'll be there.
Shut, mate.
Just let me know when.
It'll be messy.
That's cool, Les. All right, guys.
Shot.
That was awesome. You guys are doing amazing. Just keep on doing what you guys are doing. We've got a last call next week. Okay, so we've got 2 more weeks up your sleeve, so try and do as much as you can. Other than that, I will see you guys next Sunday. If not, I will see you guys online. I'll see you guys soon. You guys take care, eh? Thanks for tuning up.